Alright, this is another warning video. Obviously the big news yesterday was the hearings for Kavanaugh. And so here's my 5 minutes or less thoughts on the whole process. The whole process of the exaggeration of the courts, in my mind, goes back to the fact that Roe v. Wade imposed a national standard on every state. And the left hailed that as a massive victory. Abortion rights for everybody, as opposed to being determined on a state-by-state basis. And this is one of the things that you kind of wonder and question. Is it an orchestrated effort by people on the left to remove state rights and eventually then remove personal rights? I don't know. I mean, it could be. I haven't done enough homework if that's the case. But there seems to be a much larger federal presence these days than the founders would have ever imagined, or even that we had 2 centuries ago, or even a century ago. That there are massive federal intrusions into state rights. And then once those state rights are forfeited, we also have a forfeiting of personal rights. So the Supreme Court has become a massive battleground since Roe v. Wade of the ability of a court to impose its will, its decisions upon the whole nation, when it really should be the legislature that's doing that, the combination of the House and the Senate. But that's not the case. So now with every hearing, that seems to be often the case, especially if it's a conservative judge. I don't remember the last time we saw such controversy with a liberal judge. And I think Senator Lindsey Graham pointed that out yesterday. And it's really a shame. This again is how politically divided our country has become, and how fundamentally lacking in charity it has become. And that's very unfortunate, because we're going to have more contentious hearings in the future. And who knows how much worse it could get. I don't know. But if this is what they're doing right now, imagine what it's going to be like when Ginsburg dies. First of all, there's going to be the massive coronation of her death, just like for McCain. She's going to be hailed as an outstanding judge, as the template that all judges should have striven to practice themselves, model themselves after. And it will be a week-long celebration by the mainstream media, by the Democrats in Washington, D.C., perhaps even by Hollywood, to celebrate what a great person Ginsburg was. And I don't know if she's a horrible person, but I don't care for her political views from the way she's made them known on the court. So, and then you're going to see the left, after the mourning process happens, go bananas. Especially if Trump, which we assume will still be president. If he wins in 2020, I don't know what they're going to do, because after 2020, what does the president have to lose by fulfilling every single promise he makes? What does the president have to lose by seriously reforming Washington, D.C. and the time that he has left? I'd be happy just to see him do that for 4 years. Let's dismantle the machinery of Washington, D.C. Let's impose term limits, real term limits. Congress wouldn't go for it, but I bet he could talk people into it. I mean, look at yesterday's hearing. The vast majority are career politicians who've been in office longer than I've been an adult. And that's unbelievable. I mean, look at John McCain. The guy retired because of death. He didn't have the decency to step down from office. He clung to it to the bitter end, because being in office is what matters to career politicians on both the left and the right. No more career politicians. If I had my way, 12 years, you're done. And I'd put an age cap on the courts. Say, you know what, after 80, you have to retire, or you have to take a mental competency test or something like that. I know, it's probably discriminating against age, but let's be honest. You're 80. You're in the decade of decline. You're not going to be super healthy between now and 100. You know, the 80 to 90 year one's going to have all kinds of health issues. Why not have the humility to step aside and enjoy however many years of life you have left? I don't know. Maybe they'll do that. Anyway, if you watched this and you didn't like it, you were warned. Shame on you. Don't come complaining to me. Don't watch the videos. Thank you and goodbye.